going to bed early, waking up late, and still feeling tired, not being able to fall asleep, waking up at night, horrible sleep schedule. Over 60% of Americans say that they have problems with their sleep. My name is Vincent Dominic, and in this video, I'm going to be outlining 5 steps for you to take to fully fix your sleep schedule and sleep quality. I used to have horrible sleep, staying up late, scrolling, waking up at night, not being able to fall asleep. It led me to be constantly tired, have no drive, no motivation, and also have shortcomings in the gym and in shredding fat. Finally, a year and a half ago, when I finally reclaimed my sleep, I gained muscle easier, shred fat easier. Let's get right into this video, starting with how bad sleep is negatively impacting your life. Now, sleep is when your body grows and recovers the most. So impaired sleep obviously means impaired recovery and impaired growth, which means impaired muscle recovery and impaired muscle growth. And not only that, but your energy recovery, your preparation for the day is completely messed up. I had horrible clarity, horrible brain fog. People don't often realize that sleep is the driving factor behind not being able to shred that stubborn fat off, put that muscle on, or those mental shortcomings they experience day to day. So let's get exactly into how to fix this in 5 steps. First step, circadian rhythm. Now, you may have heard this term circadian rhythm online. I'm going to explain exactly what it means. Circadian rhythm refers to your body's natural sleeping rhythm, aka kind of the biological clock inside of you that knows when it should start getting ready for sleep and fall asleep, and knows when it should start waking up and getting ready for the day. And obviously, the better your circadian rhythm, the better you're going to sleep. What I found was when I was sleeping 10 plus hours a night in order to wake up energized, to wake up not tired, yeah, I mean, like, that was all right, it was working. But when I dialed in my circadian rhythm, I slept up to 2 hours less to 8 hours a night, and I woke up with the same amount of energy, the same amount of clarity, and still was able to spring out of bed. The better your circadian rhythm, the better your sleep will be, even if you sleep less hours. It'll just allow you to sleep less hours. So how exactly can we go about optimizing our circadian rhythms? The very first step is going to be going to sleep and waking up at around the same times every single night. Now, this doesn't mean you have to fall asleep at 10:15 every night on the dot. What it means is try to aim for within the same half-hour, 15-minute time span, including on weekends. Now, of course, one day off, it's not going to do that much, but if you're consistent 6 days out of the week with going to bed and waking up at the same time, that's going to have a great impact on your circadian rhythm. From there, what is also going to contribute greatly is watching the sunrise. Of course, sunrise is going to be ideal if you're up with the sun. Many people aren't up with the sun. I'm not up with the sun at the moment. What you are going to want to do is when you wake up, within that same 5 minutes, go outside. Or not go outside, go look out your window, of course, with the window open. Expose your eyes, your senses to the natural world, to the outside world after sleeping. Even if it's gloomy outside, it's still 100 times better than any light you can have indoors. And being exposed to these natural elements, to these natural UV rays in the morning, is really, really good for your circadian rhythm. Same applies for when you're going to sleep. If you're able to watch the sunset as it's setting in the afternoon, that's also going to biologically tell your body it's time to sleep soon, or it's going to start setting that biological clock inside of you. And again, you can set your circadian rhythm no matter from where you are, because you can always go outside or look outside. If you're in an apartment building, open your window, look outside. If you're in a house, go into your backyard. No circumstance can stop you from circadian rhythm maxing, so please get on that as the first step to improve your sleep. Sunrise, sunset, looking outside in the morning, and going to bed on the same times each night. Second step to improving your sleep, as obvious as this sounds, is going to be to have a very active day. And honestly, this might be the most valuable tip on the list, even though it's so simple. But when I have days where I work out, walk 10,000 steps a day, socialize, read, get in the fresh air, get my feet in the grass, go swimming, I cannot wait for my head to hit that pillow in the afternoon and I fall asleep like a baby. So this is going to be a quick tip. Stay active throughout your day. Go on walks. Avoid the sedentary lifestyle. The more activity you get, the more your body is going to kind of wear away and need to recover at night. Thus, the deeper it's going to sleep and the better you're going to sleep. If you aren't tired when your head is hitting that pillow, you have done something wrong today, okay? That's a rule to live by. So, quick tip, but extremely valuable tip. Stay active throughout the day. Step 3 now is going to be to wind down. Winding down before bed. What does this mean? I'll break down what it means quickly and what my wind down routine looks like to sleep best. So winding down, of course, it's quite self-explanatory. It just means relaxing your mind and body and getting it prepared to sleep well, to be relaxed, not to be not able to fall asleep. I don't know what I just did there, but I think you get the point of what winding down means. So here's my proven wind down routine to be tranquil and then sleep like a baby. 3 hours before you go to sleep, you're going to want to turn off all blue lights. Now, this doesn't mean stop using blue light. It means most devices come with a kind of pre-built in, for instance, iPhones, desktop computers, everything. They have night lights in them, or kind of red light filters that you can turn on, which are going to be much, much easier on your eyes than having blue light in your eyes, because that is going to disrupt your sleep very heavily. So turn red light filters onto your devices. You can get red light glasses as well if you want to take it a step further to block out blue light rays for 3 hours before bed. Of course, optimally, you could turn off LEDs in your environment as well, replace those with red lights or candles, but for a lot of people, that's not going to be the case. That is optimal, but turn red light filters onto your devices for the most part. That is going to have the biggest impact. When I was to stare at blue screens before bed, it would literally just lead me to not being able to fall asleep. I was hyperstimulated, and I would get extremely bad brain fog from just constantly being on these devices. You feel as if you're not even living, or you feel as if you're existing. So please, 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 3 hours before bed, cut out the blue light. Now next, 2 hours before bed, do not watch any triggering content. Now what does this mean? Things that get you excited, things that get your heart pumping, that makes you feel kind of a broad spectrum of emotions, and that gets your body to wake up. Now, this doesn't mean don't watch anything. If you're tranquil, then watch it. But if it's something that's going to agitate you, that make you excited, avoid that before you go to sleep. You don't want that response from your body at this time. So 2 hours before you go to bed, try to avoid that. And another thing we can add to this 2 hours before bed avoidance is actually going to be exercise. Exercising at night is going to wake your body up. I used to exercise at night. I would go to the gym. It would be dark outside, but I'd go inside, be blasted by the blue lights. Be blasted by the LED lights, and start working out, get super pumped up, and then expect to fall asleep in the next hour, 2 hours. It's just not going to happen. I swapped that out for walking before bed, for going walks in the afternoon. That allowed me to sleep much, much, much better. So please avoid heavy strenuous activity before you go to sleep. And finally, an hour to 30 minutes before bed is when you really start winding down. I would recommend turning the screens off entirely and doing some kind of wind down focused activity. Now this could be reading, listening to an audiobook, stretching, going on a walk, for example. It really does vary from person to person what you can do that will really wind you down. Some people, for instance, might like to just lay on the floor and meditate. Some might like to sit. Some might like to read. What I do personally is I do breath work. Now, breath work it should be its own video topic because it comes with a whole bunch of benefits like, increased presence, increased stamina, increased endurance, increased much less brain fog, much more clarity, improved memory even, but that's a whole nother topic, like I said. I watched this one amazing person on YouTube's video. His name is Nick Sweeney. He has a lot of really, really, really good videos you can check out. I would highly recommend that. Search up Nick Sweeney on YouTube and you will find him. Breathwork before bed calms me down and I feel amazing. I sleep like a baby. So really figure out something that is going to work for you to wind yourself down and get you prepared to sleep. Mind you, I say all this with the fact that I don't even usually do a wind down routine before bed. Just because I'm very active throughout my day. My circadian rhythm is very maxed. I usually just work and I'll kind of burn out and then go to sleep. But that is also due to the culmination of all the times I have done that routine for years, for all the times that I have optimized and been ready. So for those of you who aren't in the same position I'm at, a wind down routine is going to be amazingly beneficial. It's just that my circumstances sometimes don't allow for it. But when you're at the stage where I'm at in terms of your health, in terms of your fitness, really, you can start to go about it when you sleep well. So now step 4, which is going to be room preparation. Now you can prepare your room before bed. This is super underrated because our biology literally reacts better when we sleep in certain circumstances. So what we're going to do to prepare our room best for sleeping is make sure we have a cold room, open a window, let fresh air in. Our bodies just sleep better and deeper when we have fresh air and when we are sleeping in a cold room but under like warm covers, for example. I would recommend sleeping with loose clothing or naked as well. It's more comfortable. It's also just better for your body. Another scientific study also found that people who sleep with socks on, specifically, their feet stay warmer and they actually sleep deeper. So you could also look into that. So the coldness in the room there, paired with the warmth of the body, is going to be what leads to the best sleep, as well as having the fresh air. Other than that, it's just up to you to have a kind of cozy, comfortable sleeping environment. I think that goes without saying for the most part. So that was a quick one. And our 5th step, which is going to be foods. You could call it supplements as well. What can we take or eat in order to sleep better? One big mistake I see people doing here is supplementing melatonin. So melatonin is actually detrimental to your health. A client of mine was actually taking melatonin for a while because it was the only way he could fall asleep. He thought it helped him sleep better. We got him off of that, and within 3 weeks, he was already sleeping better than before the melatonin, and he was feeling and just performing much, much better. That is because melatonin actually is proven to decrease testicular size in rats. So it decreases testosterone in men when supplemented. So avoid melatonin at all costs. Now, what I would recommend, what does work for sleep, is magnesium. Now, you can supplement this or you can just try to get this naturally. So what made a big difference for me was when I finally got onto a natural whole foods diet, just all the added minerals, all the added nutrients, the added magnesium actually just help the body recover much better and sleep much, much, much deeper. Of course, you can supplement it or you can just eat more red meat, more avocados, more natural sources of magnesium in your day-to-day life, One way that I actually take it is through Epsom salt baths, which are also very, very relaxing for your body. So once a week I will do that. I guess you could take a bath every day if you wanted to. I probably would if I could. I can't, but great for magnesium, great for the recovery, great for winding down. Anyway, that was kind of off topic. But yeah, but magnesium is going to be key here. And as for some other things which I could think of off the top of my head, which have helped me, have helped others sleep in the past, chamomile tea is one, and warm milk with honey as well before bed. Two things you could look into if you wanted to sleep better as well. So yeah, I guess that's going to sum it up for the 5 things which you can do to sleep better, leading to more muscle gain, a lower body fat percentage, mental clarity, energy, and just day-to-day performance. It's exactly what I taught my clients to do. I've tried many different approaches: health, fitness, sleeping to life. I genuinely think my approach, a natural-based approach, an approach that prioritizes your health, is the best way. Otherwise, I wouldn't live and embody it and have the amazing results that I have. And I've been on both sides of the spectrum, right? I'm not some random fitness influencer. I've been on the side of having poor sleep, of not performing well, of being not confident, of not looking good. And I've been on the side that I'm on now, right? And I would never want to go back. My job is only to help as many people as possible get to where I am now so they can fully experience life. So if you are currently struggling with your sleep, with your muscle gain, with your day-to-day life, with your energy, I have a one-on-one coaching program in which I can help you reclaim all of those, shred stubborn fat, gain lean aesthetic muscle, and revitalize your life and body with routines customized for your circumstances, right? Because that's how you actually make progress, is when your routine works for you. So the link is in the description if you would want to work with me. We'll get on a call and I'll explain to you exactly how I can help you, see if we're a good fit to work together. Again, you can book a call with me, link in the description. If anything, we'll just chat. I'll give you some free advice. Hopefully, I do see you soon. Definitely worth a try. And other than that, it's going to sum it up for this video. Here are 2 more of my videos, which you can feel free to check out if you want to get into the best shape of your life. My socials are linked below if you want to see more of me. Goodbye, everyone.